those crickets are, but it's going to make things awkward if they're really loud. Welcome to my grandma's garden. I'm currently in Singapore. I wasn't going to vlog because I wanted to spend time with family, but irresponsibly I took on way too much work. This trip would not recommend, but the jobs that were coming through for us were so fun and also things that I really wanted to do, so I had to say yes. This is going to be a little bit of a personal journey for both of us because I feel like I need to figure out how to work while I'm on family holidays. Let's see if I can work at my grandma's house. I just want to thank Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Basically, Squarespace is an online platform that helps you build beautiful websites. I've been using it for 3 years now and I love it. If you want to make your own website, down below you get a free trial and 10% off your first purchase, or you can go to squarespace.com/furrylittlepeach. Anyway, let's get into the vlog. We have so much work to do. These are the concepts that I'm sending up to the client. I still have to do one more concept sketch for the main lockup, but these are for the 3 wrapping papers. The campaign is gift happy and I wanted to focus on the holidays and what we do for leisure, so I've got just some fun happy shapes. I'll show you an Adobe sketch actually. So we've got a coral design because the beach is a big part of Australian culture for a lot of people, especially in the holidays when it's summertime. And then we've got like an expanded version of what that could look like. I wanted to do something with the sky because the 3 colors are yellow, blue and red, but I decided the blue didn't look very nice, so I made it like a nice yellow, which is kind of strange, but I actually quite like it. So it'll just be like a number of flying things, mostly air balloons, planes, talking about travel. Just the freedom of flight as well is quite a nice feeling. And then we've got the park, so this is like a leisurely place, and I obviously really love drawing trees and stuff, and I love that palette too. Now I can present the main lockup ideas because I had to work the other way around, where instead of doing the main asset and then rolling out the wrapping paper designs, I do the wrapping paper first and figure out the concept and then do the other designs, because these elements will be turned into a decal.
17 venues window painted for Christmas.
Is it because they saw the Barangaroo stuff?
Yeah.
So cool, but how will I do it in time?
Yeah,
28th. Yeah, I really want to do it though. So if I have to fly back earlier, I will.
So many venues.
Could we get an estimate of the square meters maybe?
Mock-ups are going to send through. I don't really know.
If it's one of those jobs where I'm just like the painting slave, I don't want to do it. We just have to remember that the baby mat job is the 5th of December.
Oh, there's heaps of stuff on. How are you going with the thing?
Good, just finishing up, like, so all I've done so far is the wrapping paper concepts, but that is going to inform like the lockup anyway, so I think it's
basically
fine.
the same thing, except for the type, right?
Yeah, I'll get it to you in 20 minutes.
Cool, alright, thanks man.
Yeah, see ya. Lol at all the family copies of Zoom. My entire suitcase was just my books. It was embarrassing. These ladies saw me repacking my bag and they were like, can we see that? It was so cute. Can you do my other leg?
This is like
the finest massager in the world.
Life or what?
Yes. Don't you know what you signed up for?
No.
Shouldn't have gotten pregnant with me, should you? Do you regret it?
It was accidental.
I know, you told me, stop telling me that. You tell me that so often. Nana wants orange juice and Nana will get orange juice. Nana, I got it.
I might have.
No, Nana, you can't buy your own orange juice. Colors together are so pretty. Mama, you're so embarrassing.
You like it, Sha'an?
That's good.
Good job, team. Good job.
It only takes 3 people to order an orange juice from a vending machine. I'll give you the background as well so you can get an understanding. Okay. So here's what it's kind of going to look like on the front of a catalogue. This is the hero image that will be on the catalogue and on windows at Barangaroo. I sent this off last night and then the client has come back with a few changes and I need to get those done because it's already 1:07. So let's see what the feedback is. So I need to create another version, one with a circle in the background so that it can be used and seen easily in the window decals, and one without. And they also want me to add a green color into the design. This now needs to go onto Photoshop. I can change the color of the circle and adjust those coral colors.
Wow, it's red.
It's beetroot.
Rambutan.
But rambutan's so cute.
Yes, furry in the outside. Furry little rambutan. Furrylittlepeach. Prickly bee. And that is watermelon. Sweet and juicy. See my friend Ming, who's someone that I met a few years ago. MingX on Instagram. I'll leave his link below. He's an awesome illustrator. We get along really well, so we're gonna go on a little bike ride through the Chinese gardens. Then I'm heading back to my grandma's house in preparation for like a birthday celebration thing that's happening tomorrow. It's like coinciding around my birthday, but really it's just a bunch of family, friends and family coming over to eat food, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. Art Friend today, and I love Art Friend, and I'm gonna spend all my money at Art Friend, so we'll see how it goes. See you soon.
I see you somewhere around. Oh, I guess I see you somewhere around.
Welcome. Thank you for watching. I hope you like that studio vlog. I just want to say a quick and large thank you to Squarespace for once again choosing to sponsor a video. It's really helpful for me to have sponsors just because it allows me to focus on making the vlogs. I use it myself and I have done for years. I find it really easy. If I want to make a blog post, it's like 2 clicks. If I want to list something in my store, it's like very, very simple. It's really gorgeous. The themes that they have on offer are really diverse, and I think that no matter what you're doing, if you want an online website, you'll be able to find a theme that works really well for you. I'm pretty sure the first time I used it, I wanted a online catalog for a solo show that I was having. I laid that out by just having a store and each listing was a painting. On the night, I only sold a couple of pieces, and then I released the catalog afterwards and all of the pieces in the show sold. So that was my introduction to Squarespace. Now I'm on like the top tier plan. I bought it all, you know what I mean? If you guys want to test Squarespace out, there is a discount code down below. It gives you 2 weeks free access to Squarespace to build your website. And you also get a 10% discount on your first purchase. Anyway, thank you Squarespace, you're the best. Woo! Let's see, I asked you guys on Twitter if you had any questions for me for the end of the vlog. If you want to ask a question in the future for another vlog, please use this hashtag. Ding. Did you have any doubts or challenges on the way of being an artist? I think I've been pretty fortunate. I don't know if that's just like having a positive outlook or being naive or whatever, but I feel like I've in general had a really, really positive and fortunate experience when it comes to pursuing what I love to do. Like a lot of support from my family. If you believe in yourself and if other people believe in you, I think it's a lot easier to be able to risk going into a career that may not be as stable. I recently wrote an article for Word Form about regret. It's not often that I open up about the more turbulent parts of being a freelancer and also just being myself. I don't think what I spoke about really applies to everyone, but it's just the struggles that I go through on like a daily basis in terms of like my mind. I'll leave a link in the description to that article. You don't have to read it. I mean, it's more of like an opinion piece rather than like a this is how to not regret things. So the answer is I definitely have, but I can't recognize them because even if something goes wrong, it always leads to something better. That's what you have to hold out for when something does go wrong. You have to know that all of your mistakes lead to the best parts of your career. What do you feel about fan art? Is it a good way to learn or is it better to create more original works? Fan art, I'm a bit iffy on this. In general, I don't think that you should be copying anyone's work. I mean, it's copyrighted material, so selling it is a big no-no. On the other hand, it depends what you're bringing to the table. So are you putting a different spin on things? If you're just copying it, then I feel like that's a big no-no. I've seen a lot of Simpsons Instagram accounts that release merch, and I'm just like, what are you doing? That's totally against the law. Although like big companies often don't sue small artists for it, but it's just not good. It's ethically not good as a creative to do that. Having said that, like someone like Scott C. Lava, I think the way he does fan art, and they're really stylized, it takes you a second to be like, oh my god, I know that. I think that's okay, but it's really subjective. I just think you need to be really careful when you're dealing with copyrighted material. Do you feel that your travels influence or inform your artwork? How so? I definitely think so. I'm very inspired by the world around me. The Australian landscape, while beautiful, the plants up close and the animals up close are kind of awkward looking. So early on in my career, I did more like Pacific Northwestern animals, like Canadian animals, bears, deer, blah, 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 who are all still really like prominent in my work. Another thing that really inspires me when I'm traveling is stationery. I know that's really strange, but for example, in Japan, when I go into the stationery store, I get so many ideas of things that I can make. While I'm not copying exactly what I see, it's more the format of the medium, like letter sets, journals, sketchbooks. Just being able to see what's possible, I think really helps you be more creative with how you can apply your work to things. What's an organization you'd love to work with / a social issue you'd like to tackle with your art? I think in terms of the work that I could create for it, WWF would be a obvious choice. I love the campaigns that they come up with and I love painting animals, so that would be really fun. In terms of more what's in line with my values, maybe someone like Amnesty International, because they deal with human rights globally and I think that's a big issue. And on a smaller scale, I used to volunteer at this place called Sydney Story Factory as like an illustrator. Initially I was a tutor, but then they realized I didn't know anything, so they let me do all the kids' book covers and bind the books and stuff like that. So that was really fun. Basically, they teach kids how to read, how to write. Literacy is like the doorway into self-initiated learning. So if you're not great at school, you can still learn and you can still be really clever because you can teach yourself about the things you're interested in. How do you deal with difficult clients? Clients who do not pay in time and do not follow the 1 revision rule. You have to be really strict with that kind of stuff because otherwise you're not going to make a living. You're going to be spending tens more hours working on something that you were not obligated to do. And so by doing that, not only are you helping yourself, but you're helping the entire industry. I would suggest writing it all out first. If it's in an email, that's great, but I would suggest making a little contract. I think if you Google creative contracts, you'll be able to find something that you can use as a template. Everyone is going to want to get as much as they possibly can for the money that they're paying in any situation, but you just need to be strong and be like, this is what it is. If you want another change, this is how much it's going to cost. And you could even go as far as being like, because I'll spend this amount of hours on it, it's this much. You know what I mean? How did you feel about Stranger Things 2? I really appreciate Stranger Things for aesthetic elements like color grading. I really like the casting. I think it is very hyped up, although having said that, I haven't seen the 2nd season. Instead, let's talk about Spider-Man Homecoming because I thought that was freaking awesome. I've only seen it on the plane, so I've only seen it on a tiny screen, but I just really liked the structure of the film and I really liked the comedy in it. It's very my kind of comedy, like the stuff that I really find funny. Yeah, I just think, let's talk about that. I don't know what else I want to say. I just want to say that I really like it. What is your nationality and did you grow up in Australia? Nationality, I'm Australian, so yes, I grew up in Australia. I was born and raised here. If you're asking what ethnicity I am, my mom's Singaporean and my dad's American, so they met here and had me here. Have you ever been discriminated on in the media because of your race? Being a non-white person, I find it hard for people to think of me as a person not that Asian. P.S. I love you. I love you too. That sucks. I haven't. I've had very little racist experiences in my life. Of course, Western culture is racist. Most Western cultures are. But I don't know if people just don't see me as that Asian because I'm half white. I think when you're more culturally ambiguous, people have a hard time being racist towards you because they don't know what they want to say or they don't know why they don't like you. But having said that, I've never had any bad experiences with any clients, any media. I've not been in the media that much anyway. Like no one's ever said anything about my race. I'm sorry to hear that that's your experience. That really fucking sucks. Like that's not fair and it's not right. Your culture does give you value, it doesn't take it away. I think now, especially that there are more non-white people in the media and on TV and all that stuff, I think it's making people realize that everyone is a human and your culture doesn't affect you negatively. Like if anything, it makes you a richer person and a more interesting person. So yeah, that just sucks that that's your experience. I hate that. And I'm sorry I don't have any better advice for you because I haven't experienced it. I think you just need to surround yourself with people that don't see that and that don't see you as that stereotype. Do you know what I mean? They see you because you're valuable and you're skilled and you're talented and you create awesome work. So yeah, I'm really sorry that that's your experience. Have you ever seen snow? Yesterday was the first real snowfall here in Montreal. Ugh, jealous. It's so hot here and I prefer cold weather. I have seen snow. I've been a few times. I've actually been to Canada in December. That was cold. It was like -25. I've never been so cold. It was like painful. We could only be out of the car for like 5 minutes and then we were like, get back in the car. I'd kill for some snow right around. Maybe go sit in my fridge after this. Do you feel sad, disheartened, a little angry when your sketches, paintings don't work out and you've wasted paper? So for me, here's my work, right? It's like an iceberg. So the top is the actual finished piece and then behind it is all this process and all these sketches. I think you need to go through the stages of problem solving when it comes to failed sketches because then you know in the final piece how to perfectly convey what's in your head onto paper. Of course, it's frustrating if you just can't get it and if you're unhappy with the final piece, but I think I'm never really disappointed. I feel like I spent a lot of time practicing drawing and my skills in conveying like form and line that I find it quite easy to just start a new drawing if I'm not happy with it. Wasting paper does not really cross my mind when it comes to sketching because to me it's like a means to an end, make your final product a lot better. If you're worried about wasting paper and you have a spare whatever to blow, you could always go for like the digital route. I found that while the Wacom tablet for me is really, really good for final artwork, I find that the iPad Pro is really, really good in terms of replacing sketching. It's really quick, it's really light, it's really portable, so it's like paper in that sense, but you're not wasting it. You are using electricity though, so I mean, you're always going to be like ruining the planet in some way. Sea turtles live longer than us humans. How? How come we have shorter lifespan? I don't know why we have a shorter lifespan. Probably because they just eat grass and they're really big and they're protected by their shell and they're really cute and yeah, I don't know the reason. You'll have to go on a David Attenborough binge, which to me is like not a punishment at all. It's like how I'd rather spend my time doing that. Okay, I think that's enough. I really hope you like this studio vlog. It was a little bit different because I wasn't in the studio. There was very little physical artwork. It was more digital just because of the fact that I needed to create final artwork while I was away. Hope you enjoyed it anyway. Let me know however way you want to and I'll see you soon. Bye. Oh, I look so dark now.